A violent weekend in Little Rock. 15 shootings happening in just 26 hours. Thank you for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Faith Woodard.
And I'm Craig O'Neill. This investigation is continuing to develop even as we come on the air tonight. And our Ashley Godwin joins us now with the investigation that brought together multiple agencies. Ashley?
Hey, Craig and Faith. Mayor Frank Scott Jr. calls this violence unacceptable. More than 15 shootings over the weekend, and LRPD says one man could be connected to many of them. This led to the activation of a unified command of the Little Rock Police Department, Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, and the Arkansas State Police to get this person in custody and off the streets.
The actions of an individual has left our community shaken.
At least 15 shootings across Little Rock this weekend, leaving 3 people dead and 3 more injured.
I want to point out that we're not by any means saying that all of these are connected, but they are close enough, and we're considering the fact that there's a potential for that.
The string of shootings started Saturday afternoon a little before 2 near Mablevale Elementary. A woman told police people in 2 cars were shooting at each other when her car was hit. The school was hit, but no one inside was hurt. Then one person was injured after a car was shot at on Fraser Pike. And around 7 that night, gunshots were fired on the 900 block of South Rodney Parham. That's where 23-year-old Glenn Finley died. The shooting started again Sunday afternoon around 1. 58-year-old Dwayne Thompson was hit by gunfire on Fraser Pike and 3M Road. He later died. Multiple people were injured after cars were hit by bullets on Interstates 30 and 440. Then police got calls of a person shooting out of their car in West Little Rock near the Big Rock interchange. They tracked the reports to locations to Markham and Bowman and West Markham. The last of the shootings happened at the Valero on Mablevale Cutoff. 1 person died and another injured.
This level of violence is unacceptable.
Police arrested 2 people Sunday night in connection to the shootings. 31-year-old Davis Jones has several charges against him, including capital murder. Police are not identifying the second suspect, and they have been released pending the investigation.
We do not know at this point what, if any, motive is attached to any of this at this point.
Now, Jones has another criminal case open against him. In 2016, he was charged with aggravated residential burglary, domestic battery, and criminal mischief, all felonies, and he pleaded not guilty to those charges. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Ashley, thank you. And of course, something like this impacts the entire community. We all react to it and react to the violence as well. And Ian Russell has been looking into that. And you spoke with some activists and in the community and about what happened. What was their reaction?
Well, Craig, obviously it was not good, and it really wasn't that happy. A lot of anger, a lot of emotion, a lot of disappointment in the community right now. One pastor even told me that, he was shocked when he heard about everything that happened this weekend. Now, you heard Ashley mention there are 15 shootings this weekend, 3 people dead, with one of them being just 21 years old. Now, Pastor Walter Cochran with Arkansas Stop the Violence told me hearing of anyone lost to gun violence hurts, but this one stings. He says 21-year-old Glenn Finley had his whole life ahead of him. I asked the pastor how this city moves past something like this, and he said that's hard to answer, but it starts with respect for each other.
In a small place like Arkansas, Little Rock, that's very disturbing, that's very disturbing. But like even one, like we were saying earlier, even one, that's a disturbing rate right there, where we should come together as a community and love one another.
Cochran says mentorship programs do work, but there's another group that can help. Parents. He says he's seen good results when families get involved and work alongside those mentoring programs. And Craig, another thing to mention here is Arkansas Stop the Violence did send a letter to Governor Hutchinson, and in that letter they asked the governor to ask for help to get some of those weapons off the streets there. Yeah,
a lot of people involved want to see change. This weekend was not a good example of the change we want to see, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
All right, thank you, Ian, and we will continue to closely follow this story on air and online. TeachV11.com. Download the TeachV11 app on your mobile devices or your smart TVs.